Now we'll have a look at the different simulation parameters and how to change those and how to view the simulation in 3D and 2D. And then after that, we'll go on to using nodes and data collection points to actually determine the level of service, the speed of vehicles, to count the vehicles. All the data that you can actually take physically from the highway, we can now take from the simulation that we've made. So to run the simulation, you go up to the play button in the top bar up there. You hit play and you can see the simulation running. Obviously, the simulation is sped up, so if you want to change certain parameters for the simulation, you can just hit stop, go up to simulation, hit parameters, and you can change the period of the simulation. So this is a 6-minute simulation, which is perfectly fine. You can change the resolution of the simulation. So if you want a higher resolution, you're going to hit more time steps per simulation second. You can change the seed if you want to play around with several different seeds with each different simulation just to get better values from the simulation. You can also, one thing, if we want to make the simulation real-time 1-to-1, you can just go hit, instead of maximum, you can hit factor, and the number 1 is fine over there. So then you just go hit OK, hit play on the simulation, say yes to save the changes, and now you can see the cars are moving at real-time speed. Now this is not really useful in the case of actually getting data because you don't want to sit here for 6 minutes waiting, but if you want to view the road, if you want to create a recording to enter into your presentation, that sort of thing, you can move into 3D view, you can pan around, you can have a look at the cars. So this is really good for the actual presentation part of it because it looks nice. That's about it. So then if you want to quickly end the simulation, you can hit this button over here called Quick Mode. It'll finish off the simulation, and any data collection points that we've created later will show the data immediately instead of having to wait through the entire simulation. So now let's actually have a look at how to do this whole data collection thing. So the two types of data collection we're going to be using are nodes and data collection points. So first, let's have a look at data collection points themselves. So you just go in Network Objects, click on Data Collection Points, zoom into somewhere in the middle of the road, and just right-click. The moment you right-click, you get the data collection points lists, but you can just add the rest of them at the same time. So 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we have 6 different data collection points in our lists down here. You can see them right there. Now these will not collect any data until you go to Evaluation, Configuration, go to Data Collections, and hit Collect Data. Now we'll also be using nodes later, so you can do the same thing for nodes so that the road, basically the simulation, will be taking data for both nodes and data collection points. So you can hit OK. Let's also create our nodes. So what we do is you zoom out all the way, you click on nodes, you start by right-clicking and just moving along the edge of the highway. It'll create a sort of cordon, which you can take all the way around the highway. Doesn't matter, just the beginning and end are the parts that actually matter. So there, and you regular click the final point to complete the node. So let's call that LOS because the node is what's going to actually give us the level of service. And you can hit OK. Now, to view results that you're getting from the highway, you can go to Lists, Results, Data Collection Results. You can also go again, Lists, Results, Node Results. So now we're going to be getting results for our data collection points and for our node. All right, so you can just then hit play on the simulation. This is in fast mode, so it's completing the simulation down here, and then you can have a look at. Now, data collection results, you'll notice that they've not appeared yet, but node results, we have them. So data collection results actually need one more step in between, in which you go to lists, and then you go to measurements, data collection measurements, you hit the add symbol. So we have 6 different lanes that we're doing it for, so you can do it, you can give a separate data collection point for each one, because we have all the separate data collection points. 5 and 6. And now if you go to, sorry, let's open that again. Results, data collection results. Put that back in there. Whoops. Put that back in there. And now you can hit play on the simulation, and you'll see that we're getting, as the simulation proceeds, we're getting data in here. So you can see the number of vehicles. It's one person per vehicle, so you won't see much there, but you'll see the average speed, and you'll see the occupation rate of the highway, but that's fine. That's less important. The one that we're actually interested in are these node results. And in the node results, you see for each simulation run, you have the same level of service. So this is the level of service for the west to east part of the highway. This is the level of service for the east to west part of the highway. And you can directly take this level of service and enter it into your assignment, because that's all you need. Now, if you want to play around a bit and you want to test the volumes, for example, at which the level of service will change, you can go back to private transport inputs. You can change the volume. And as you change the volume to, for example, 7,000 vehicles per hour and 6,000 vehicles per hour, and you go again, hit play on the simulation, hit yes to save changes, and you'll see when our node results turn up for the 23rd simulation, just wait for it to complete. All right, the level of service is still A, but the vehicle delay, the delay per person, obviously the emissions have gone up, the number of vehicles have gone up. So again, if we put it up to, for example, 8,000 and 8,500 vehicles per hour, and you hit play on the simulations, then we'll look at our node results for simulation run number 24 now. You can wait for them to turn up. See, the level of service has already fallen as the simulation is proceeding. And now you can see that our level of service has fallen to level of service C and level of service B for the west to east and east to west highways. You can also see that there is some amount of stoppage on the road. So such things, and you can just look through, keep changing the values, whatever values you need to input from the road, you put them there, and you can have a look at the level of service that's turning up. Same thing for the data collection results. You can